representative of a party. Now, from every area, there are almost 4 to 5 people, or maybe 3, or maybe 2, or any more than one number of people are participating. Okay, so there is a number of people like 2 or 3. There are 2 or 3 people in competition to each other. Then they are competing against each other. So people of that particular area vote for them. When people vote for them, these people are elected for parliament. Now these candidates who are contest in the elections, they belong to different political parties. Like they can belong to Bharatiya Janata Party. Here are the results given for Lok Sabha elections for 1984. Now they are saying that the Bharatiya Janata Party had, BJP had 2 seats. Then Communist Party had 6. Then Indian Congress Socialist had 4. Communist Party of India had 22. There are different results in every year, and every 5 years this whole system, this whole party is going to again come into elections. Now usually, why it is written here? Now here they are given usually. They are saying Lok Sabha usually elected once every 5 years. Why usually? Because if the government is dissolved due to some reasons before 5 years, then the elections will happen once again. But this generally doesn't happen. So in every 5 years you have a election for a new government. Now once elected, these candidates become members of the parliament called MPs. They are member of parliaments. These MPs together make up parliament. So now from the MPs become a parliament. Once the elections to the parliament have taken place, the parliament needs to perform some functions to select the national government. Now how these MPs do their functions in the parliament? These MPs are not together, who are selected from different political parties, and they have different numbers here. Like you can see, they have a different number of MPs elected. Like Bharatiya Janata Party has 182 members elected for as MPs. Now these people will decide the government, that who is going to be the national government, because only one party can rule as a government. Now let's understand how this functions. The parliament in India consists of president, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Now if anyone asks you that how do you define a parliament? So the parliament has 3 major participants, which is, one is president, Mr. President, then there is Rajya Sabha, then there is Lok Sabha. So these are the 3 very important participants of your government, and they take place because of which the parliament and the functions of the parliament are taken place. How do you now, how all these 3 parts, president, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, function? After the Lok Sabha elections, a list is prepared showing how many MPs belong to each political party. Now they are saying that after the Lok Sabha elections, now here they are saying that after every Lok Sabha elections, what happens, that there is a list of MPs, that how many MPs are selected. Like you can see here also, this is the list of the elected MPs. Now for the political party to form the government, the MP list is formed, and from the each political party, like here you can see Bharatiya Janata Party has 182, Bahujan Samaj Party has 14, Communist Party of India has 33, Indian National Congress has 114 seats. So there is a list again formed, that how many MPs are selected from each government. For a political party to form the government, they must have majority of elected members. Since there are 543, so how many seats are there on which the MPs are competing? There are 543 seats. So that means that that Indian constitution is divided into 543 constituencies. That means that there are 543 areas from which the people can stand in elections, and plus 2 members who are elected by the elected by the president as the members in Lok Sabha. So to have a majority, the party should have at least half number, that is 272. So to have a majority, you should have at least 272, which here none of them has right now. Now the opposition party in the parliament is formed by the political parties that oppose the majority party, or the coalition formed government is formed amongst the largest number of MPs. What they are saying here, that okay, now when the MPs and the elections are done, okay, once the elections are done, there is a list that is formed, that how many members are elected as MPs from each party. Then all these members will now sit down and make a government. The one party which has a majority, to make a majority you need at least 272 seats, 272 members of parliament you need. Your people who stood in the elections, almost 272 people or more should win to make a government. And then the other parties who are left, so like you take an example right now of Bharatiya Janata Party. Right now BJP is in power. So if BJP had like 272 or plus more seats, now they have a full government. But what happens to the other parties? So people from other parties also can win, right? In your city, maybe not a person from Bharatiya Janata Party won. From your city, maybe somebody from Congress, from Indian National Congress won. So what will happen to that MP? That MP will go in the opposition party. The opposition parliament is formed by the political parties that oppose the majority party. Okay, and this is called as the coalition formation of the government. So they form the coalition government. Coalition government is formed by those parties who are in minority or who do not have enough seats. They become the opposition. Now also what happens, what if there are not enough members in any of the parties? What will happen then? Then what happens, that the maximum number of seats, like if you see here also, that here Bharatiya Janata Party has the maximum number of seats, but still it is less than 272. Okay, now what will happen, because they do not have enough seats, but 272 is needed for that, but they have 182. So what will happen, if they can make their seats more than 272 or 272 with the help of maybe Communist Party, if they will request any of the parties who have enough seats to make their calculation complete, they will request that party who has a similar thought process to have a Gathbandhan with them, which is known as coalition, and then they will make a government of coalition. वो एक गठबंधन की सरकार बनाएंगे. उससे क्या होता है कि जब आपके पास सीट कम थी, बट दूसरी पार्टी के पास भी आपको चाहिए थी अगर 15 सीटें और अपनी गवर्नमेंट बनाने के लिए, पर एक दूसरी पार्टी है जिसके पास बहुत ही कम सीट जिसने जीती हैं, जिसने सिर्फ 15 सीट्स जीती हैं. लाइक यहाँ पे बहुजन समाज पार्टी ने सिर्फ 14 सीट, या कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी में सिर्फ 33 सीट जीती हैं. और अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी को अपनी सीट्स पूरी करनी है, तो वो चाहते हैं कि वो या तो नेशनल कांग्रेस के पास जाएं और बोलें कि आप और हम, क्योंकि आप और हम एक जैसा सोचते हैं, तो हम अपनी गवर्नमेंट और आपकी पार्टीज़ की सीट्स मिला लेते हैं, सो दैट वी कैन फॉर्म a government together in the parliament, and then we will rule together. So what happens, because these two parties will combine, it is known as a coalition government. What it is known as? It is known as a coalition government. Okay, but if there are enough seats for your party